Welcome back, you guys. This is Riley here with Learn With Me, and I'm back with a new adventure that I'm embarking on, and I'm glad that I'm able to include you guys on it. And this adventure that I am speaking so facetiously about is making kombucha. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am obsessed, and I have severely uh decreased how much soda I've been intaking in the last week or two since I've been making this. So I hope that this natural, like more, like better version of a soda, helps you guys as it's helping me, because like greatly enjoying the benefits of not having to just drink just saturated sugar and acid and so much just terrible for my body. So let's get to it. All right, so with the process of kombucha, it's actually fairly interesting. If you guys don't know about like the first fermentation of how you develop a SCOBY, please go back and watch the first video. I'll try to include it on the video somewhere, or I'll try to include it in the description or pin it as a comment, but at least go back and look at that video, or look at any resource that can explain to you how to make the SCOBY first, because that's going to be like at least a 3 weeks to 1 month long process. My SCOBY actually started to develop pretty well around, I want to say week 2 or 3, but that everybody can have different circumstances. All right, so in this video, you're going to see me do a couple steps, but since I created this video, I've been modifying some of the techniques, and I'm going to kind of summarize some of the things that you're going to see, and going to make some suggestions here and there. I will eventually make a new video showing just a mastered method. But at the same time, like I said, this is a channel about a beginner learning a bunch of random things. So I have yet to master this. So I want to make sure that before I go to the next step and show you guys a more improved technique, I actually have a more improved technique that's outside of just randomly hoping for the best and getting surprising results that are typically not as terrible as they could be. But yeah. So you're probably at a point where, or you've gotten to a point in this video where you've seen me put different fruit scraps in bottles. And one thing I like about putting fruit scraps in bottles is that you can kind of just mix this up. That's one thing that I love about kombucha, is that while there's only like, I don't know, maybe like 40, let's just be generous and say that there's 50 different soda brands out there. Eventually, some are just competing with others with with similar tastes. So why not make any flavor soda you want? You can add herbs, you can add fruits. I've even heard some people add like certain vegetables to these type of processes. I did also hear, I think I saw in a different resource, and I saw in a video, which I'll try to include the source to that too, that like you don't want to go with the fattier fruits like avocados and stuff like that. But overall, possibilities are endless. But yeah, so you'll see, after I put the fruit in, I added a little black tea, and then I added a little bit of the fermented tea that my SCOBY made. That's the good thing about the reason why you need the SCOBY, is that the SCOBY is going to ferment the black tea that you already have in a faster rate than it normally does. When you're first making the SCOBY through the fermented tea, it's going to take at least a couple weeks at minimum. But when you have a SCOBY already developed, it only takes a matter of weeks, and like maybe even a week. I say a matter of weeks. No, it probably takes about 7 days. And sometimes I've even noticed that like some of my kombucha, like fermented kombucha, like the like first fermentation at least, has looked pretty, like has been pretty quickly turned around. So each time you make one, it's gonna make a new SCOBY. So that's one thing that I love about this process. But yeah, guys, I digress. You're gonna pour some of that liquid into each bottle after you pour the fruit in. I've been adding some turmeric and ginger, so I've just been wanting to kind of experiment and see how that would be affected in this process. Um, After you pour some in there, in this video, you'll see that I pour a little bit and then I add some black tea. But I've come to realize that I should add more of the fermented black tea and then still add some of the regular black tea, but add that more as something to feed and get the process started on building the carbonation. And that is where we get to the beautiful, beautiful part that is carbonation. But yeah, the carbonation process is where the second fermentation reaches its true potential. Not only can it pull some flavors from the fruit, but it also can utilize the sugar that you're adding here. You can add through your black tea, or you can even add a little bit of sugar, like pure cane sugar, of course, to the process itself. But the fruit should be enough, or if you wanted to use a fruit juice, the best ways that I've researched and found were using a puree. I'm going to link some YouTube channels that I also recommend that also go into greater detail about this that I've learned from. But yeah, the key to carbonation is the longer that you do brew your second brew. The longer you brew it, the more likely it is to have carbonation, and the stronger the carbonation will be. I've had some brews where the carbonation was so intense that it took several days for me to like get it to calm down even in the fridge. That being said, that brings up another great point, is that I love kombucha because I can never truly make it too sweet. And even when I make it like too sweet, I'm a little bit bothered by it. So I try to make it more carbonated, and it just doesn't take away from the quality, and it doesn't have that artificial taste that you notice a lot of sodas and stuff will have. Well, sodas, and especially like the healthier sodas, like the carbonated drink, the carbonated waters and stuff like that, like those will have like a really fake taste, and I just can't stand that. I'd rather just like bite the bullet and have the terrible thing. But yeah, you guys, that's the process of kombucha. After you mix those three ingredients, well, those three components together, the fruit, the fermented tea, and some black tea, and of course, remember, more fermented tea. You just wait a couple days. Some people recommend you burp them, but um, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like some days I feel like I should burp them, and then some days I feel like I shouldn't. It really depends on the amount of sugar that you have in your like mix, and just how sweet it really is. Because if it's really sweet, you probably need to burp it. But if it's not like more, more savory or more muted, it probably won't need to be burped as often. I've had some where I've just gone several days on it, and it came out more like juice towards the end, as opposed to some where I like recently made one with the raspberries that literally took me like 3 days of keeping it in the fridge before I could open it and actually transfer it to a different bottle. But yeah, you guys, like, subscribe, share this video, give me recommendations, giving me some commentary. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate any type of engagement you make with me, because we're all learning this together. So, like I said, like I've said in previous videos, I will link any products or anything that I'm using in the video description or the comments on the video somewhere. And these are affiliate links, so I will get a small commission if you do end up buying something from those. But those are just the items that I'm using. So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know the process that I'm doing and what was helping. So if you guys have any other suggestions or better recommendations or better product recommendations, feel free to send them my way. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and until the next update, stay breezy.